Well, guys, another day, another release from Chevrolet on the C8 Corvette lineup. And yeah, it's getting crazy at this point. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Thanks for pressing play. This is Horsepower Obsessed. This is the channel you can come to for any of the Corvette information you need, whether it's leaks, rumors, maintenance items, ownership experiences. If it's Corvette related, you'll find it right here. Today, we're going to be talking again about the C8 Corvette because Chevrolet just teased the next iteration of Corvette in the C8 lineup, and it's interesting. We just talked about this yesterday, and a leak from within GM was talking about the new ZR1E that was coming, which was going to be the hybrid version of the C8 Corvette ZR1. The internal documents refer to this particular C8 ZR1 hybrid as a ZR1E. A lot of people speculated it was going to be called the Zora originally, and that was going to be the ZR1 power plant with the hybrid motor from the E-Ray up front, thus being a new model called the Zora. The leaks from yesterday then took that and said, nope, it's not going to be called a Zora, it's actually going to be called a ZR1E. And what that was going to do was, in fact, make it a checkbox, so you can just build a ZR1 and place a check right next to the option for the hybrid motor, and then it would become a ZR1E. Well, now this most recent video teasing something coming in about 4 days from Chevrolet is teasing an X. So could this actually be called a ZR1X? I feel like Chevy would probably want to distance themselves away from the E variation because of the fact that the E-Ray was not overly well received. A lot of people don't love the idea of a hybrid or any kind of electrification on the Corvette. So dropping the E and making it an X instead, thus representing an all-wheel drive setup, could be a good idea. But at the same time, we don't know anything for sure yet. We will know in 4 days what this X means. But make no mistake, Chevrolet is introducing something new into the C8 Corvette lineup. And again, they're doing it before the ZR1 even hits the ground. So we have maybe 4 or 5 actual deliveries of the C8 Corvette ZR1, but something else is coming right on the heels of the ZR1. If you remember correctly, the E-Ray did something very similar. The E-Ray was announced right after the Z06, and before any Z06s actually hit the ground, the E-Ray was already being talked about. Chevrolet's team is wanting to keep the C8 fresh in everybody's mind, it seems, because these things just keep coming. We just talked about the ZR1, the Z06, and the quote-unquote Zora model being tested over at the Nürburgring, and Chevrolet's going to be there for the next 3 weeks testing these cars. But is this car that's going to be announced on the 17th one of the cars that's being tested over there? If it is, then it's probably going to be the ZR1X / ZR1E / Zora. At this point, who the heck knows what they're going to call this thing, but it could also be the all-wheel drive version of the Z06 we talked about in that video, which was, again, going to be the Z06 power plant with a hybrid motor up front, giving it more horsepower and, of course, that all-wheel drive option. Now, really, on the 17th of June, we could potentially get both of those things. We could be seeing the ZR1 all-wheel drive version and the Z06 all-wheel drive version mentioned in the same video. With the fact that they just put an X at the end, it could be referring to the fact that this new all-wheel drive option is going to be available on those two cars in the C8 Corvette lineup, thus giving them that all-wheel drive that the X typically stands for in a lot of the performance cars out there. So it still remains to be seen whether or not these are going to be called a Z06E or a Z06X or a ZR1E or a ZR1X or even the Zora. Either way, you cut it. We're getting something new here in 4 days, like I said. So it's very interesting how Chevy keeps pushing this stuff out because, like I said, we haven't even fully accepted the fact that the ZR1's available yet. And oh yeah, here's another model. So hopefully this is in fact just an option more so than a new Corvette. If they do come out and say, yeah, here's this new option, it is going to give any one of the performance variants a all-wheel drive lineup. All you got to do is check the box. Here's what you get. That's a little bit better than saying, oh yeah, forget the ZR1. Here's a brand new car that we're going to be releasing in a couple days. I think that would be the better route to go with, is to just let us know that these new options are available, because that isn't a brand new car. It's more obviously a brand new option that can kind of form somewhat of a different car. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it. This is going to be a real short video today, just talking about the fact that something is coming in 4 days. So be prepared. Chevy is bringing us something new, but at the same time, you know, we're still kind of excited about the ZR1. So it is definitely interesting the way Chevy is doing this. Either way, be prepared to see another video on the 17th of June talking about exactly what this creation is from GM, because like I said, if you want Corvette, this is the channel for it. Anyway, guys, that's it. If you like what you saw, smash the thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you guys back here on the 17th of June. Stay obsessed.